Hey everyone, today I'm going to be giving a tutorial all about Gnar jungle. Let you know the tips and tricks, do's and don'ts, and advantages, disadvantages of this champion. Obviously, this can also be flexed at the Baron lane, but we're gonna be more focused on talking about Gnar jungle. As usual, you always buy a control ward, put it on one side of the map opposite to where we start, and immediately recall and buy our sweeping trinket to prevent any baits. So Gnar jungle is very interesting because he has a Mega Gnar form and the Mini Gnar form. Mini Gnar is ranged, which means that attacks do not have AoE, but when he's in the Mega Gnar form, his attacks will have AoE, and that is why we always want to start at the blue buff when playing Gnar jungle. I will show you how to abuse this mechanic to make his clear a lot simpler and a lot easier. The disadvantages is that you are probably stuck always starting at blue buff, but there are some cases where if you wanna do a cheese gank, you could also start at the red buff. With Gnar clear, you always wanna start with second skill, third attack helps Gnar clear a bit faster, and see, if I'm on my ranged form, I can't clear the small wolves, it's a bit hard. So the only way I'm able to clear them is when I use my first skill, giving you some AoE damage. So you just use your second skill on cooldown, get my third skill, and you could use the third hop, which should give a stack, letting you clear this mini wolf. So if you look at my rage bar, it's very close to getting the Mega Gnar, and that is why I wanna start with the red buff. Because after I finish the red buff, it's gonna be perfect timing. I get my Mega Gnar form, and with this Mega Gnar, my attacks will be melee, and this would deal AoE damage to the raptors. See? So fast, so much faster compared to me clearing the wolves with a ranged form. So similarly, you always wanna use this to go for the golems, but unfortunately, it's about to expire, so we just use smite to clear this. Pre-nerfed Gnar, you could have cleared this, but with the Gnar nerfs that has happened, it's a bit harder to clear, but it's still very much doable. So with this, we go for our Scuttle Crab, and take note that we are also using Fleet Footwork because this would help Gnar clear the jungle faster, giving us more attack speed and kiting potential in the team fights. Full clear is 204. It could be a bit faster, but that's generally gonna be your clear timer if you do not do anything special. So as I said, when playing this champion, it's best to gank when you're about to hit Mega Gnar, so that you have access to the ultimate plus second skill to give you a lot of crowd control. Ganking with Mini Gnar is a bit hard unless they're overextended or your team has a lot of crowd control. While waiting for the Grom to spawn, I'm just checking here, covering the set, looking for a possible gank, but most likely it's kinda warded based on how Riven looks, but after using the scrying, it shows that there's no ward. So this gives me some time to go for a possible gank. I just wanna poke her a bit, but the Orianna suddenly decides to all in, exhaust, so we just go for the commit, and luckily we're able to get a kill. If you look at the bot side though, Wukong does a trade, similar to what we did, even Kassadin going bot side. Overall, it's a 2-for-1 trade, not the best, but seeing that their jungle and mid lane is at the bot side, this means that we would be able to get free plates, no contest. And with this Mega Gnar, what I'm thinking is that if Riven comes back to lane, with the Wukong still recalling, we would be able to burst her down, zoning her away from XP and getting a possible kill. So if you look at Riven, bro is stuck. She knows that she's gonna get bursted and turns in ulti before it expires. Second skill, and we just go out. I wanted to go out, but the set was pinging the tower. We wanted to greed it, so I just sacrificed my life. We get the first tower, but it's in exchange of both our lives. Not the best trade, I think. It would have been better if we just left the last plate. But of course, sometimes, you know what? Just follow the call of my team. It is what it is. We still get 4 plates plus a kill. Then I so much XP from the Riven. But now they're doing the same thing. Since me and my Baron laner are both dead, they're gonna try to go for the all-in, and it's gonna be even stronger because they have Scorpion, which can soak a lot of damage. So what I wanna do is just stack my Mega Gnar a bit, go for the flank, since Gnar is very, very squishy without Mega. So look for the Riven, flashes away, so we go for the Wukong instead. We have our smite, get the slow, he has ulti, dodges our Q, and I'll just give it to my team. They should be able to kill the Wukong, hopefully. So what I'll do here is just get the Scuttle and prepare for the objective. Unfortunately though, they're able to get a trade. Our top tier 1 dies, and our duo lane also dies. Not the best start, not the best trades, but what I'll do here is go for the invade, knowing that Wukong just went to base or is still dead currently. So this means that all of his camps are up since he got the tower. So we'll just get the red buff and proceed to the Rift Herald because we have 0 bottom priority. We start this objective. If in case they can contest, we'll just back up a bit. But since we don't see where they are, we can just take the Rift Herald and look for a possible contest since they just started the dragon. They're very late. And since they're contesting the dragon, this is the perfect time to summon the Rift Herald. And we go for the Wukong. Our Sona dies, but it's fine if we get their jungler. That should be a free jungle kill for us. 1-for-1 trade. And without them having a jungler, this should be a free dragon for us. Perfect timing also on Mega Gnar. So Mega Gnar is very scary. And this is something that you need to have before you go into a team fight. Because Mega Gnar provides so much utility and zone control in a team fight, especially when the objectives are up. So essentially, enemy team can't go in as long as you're in Mega, and that's the best time to take the objective. So that's I think the hardest mechanic because it's kinda random, but you could play for it accordingly. If you look at the minimap though, Seth said Lucian cried, and if you look at the Lucian, he's currently AFK. That sucks. Typical solo queue game where enemy team just ganks bot side once, my bot lane dies, and now bro is Saj cause no jungle gank. Bro did not respect the vertical where we have Giga top prio and they have Giga bot prio. So what I'll do here is we'll go for a kill. Try to catch the Milio or Saya. I don't have Mega Gnar yet, so it's a bit hard to get a catch. Unless they decide to overextend. Or Orianna though, gets caught by Wukong. We're here to help. Kassadin dashes in. I missed my second skill, but I get my third. Rather my ult. Cass is able to escape, and that's the cue for us to just leave. So the build that we're doing with Gnar is sort of a bruiser type, where we go Trinity Force and Black Cleaver. Yeah, this Lucian's not playing anytime soon. I don't know why he gave up. No one was even trash talking. And he's a top 200 Lucian in the server, by the way. So I don't know what bro is. Maybe he's having a bad day or something, but even though that's so sad. So the game is currently 4v5, and what's good about Gnar is that he's a pseudo ADC. So when you go for mini Gnar, you are like a mini ADC. Because Gnar deals a lot of damage. The only problem is that he's very squishy when in mini form. So you have to be careful about your positioning. Because if you get crowd controlled while in mini, you're just gonna die really fast. Even though you have HP items like Triforce Cleaver. Top side, and bait. Okay, Riven falls for the bait. We have third skill. Go ahead. Damage, by the way. Gnar's second skill is really, really strong. The mini form Gnar. It's similar to Vayne's second skill. That's why Gnar as a marksman has high damage. Even though you just stay mini Gnar the entire game. So Lucian is still sad. Bro has main character syndrome. It is what it is, but yeah. This game is playable because our comp is really strong. If you look at our comp, we have frontline with Seth, Orianna with more shields, Gnar with the engage, Sona with the sustain. So our comp is pretty good. So I still wanna try to play this game. Maybe we could look for one good team fight and then end. And without our ADC, of course, this is when I farm the side lane. It's fine. As long as we're able to farm properly and not get caught out of position, there should still be windows of opportunity for us to win. When clear the jungle, all you have to do is use your first skill in between autos so that you get the minor animation cancel. Unfortunately, Gnar's second skill doesn't have an animation reset, but it's fine. And now Lucian is impatient. Bro is now throwing the game. Holy crap. From AFK to selling out the game. And no one's even blaming him for anything. Bro is just giga tilted. So annoying. But now we have Cleaver, which is good. Ideally, you know you're ahead when you're able to get 2 items before second dragon. If you're not able to get your second item before the second dragon, it means you might be behind in the game. So it's an indicator if you're farming well or not. So 1 item per objective. First dragon, first item. Second dragon, second item. And then third dragon, third item. So if you're able to stay with that timeline, then you would be in a good position. Okay, with the second dragon spawning, we probably would give this. And look what I just have. I say winnable, no tilt. Because I see our comp looks so broken with Gnar. We just need one fight. I can play as an ADC. So even though the Lucian dies like 20 times, his bounty is gonna get lower and lower. And enemy bounty is gonna get higher and higher. So if we get one good team fight, we could probably cash out a lot of gold. And we're not losing any farm because I'm able to farm the side lane. Kassadin, catch him out of position. Okay, nice combo. Gets the flash out though. And since I have no Mega, this is gonna be a bit hard. But seeing that the Riven's top side, this should be a 4v4. But with the Wukong engage, we have to turn because they're gonna go for us next. Since Lucian and Sona are still dead, we have to give. We just play for... just go for the Riven, look for a trade somewhere else. Because there's no way we're gonna win because I'm half HP plus no Mega Gnar yet. Oh, luckily this Riven is playing very greedy on the side lane. Even though he's able to get a tower, as long as we're able to get some kills, it should be good. And another tip on Gnar, ideally you always want to be close to Mega Gnar before a team fight. Because that way, if you get your Mega Gnar too early, the timer is gonna get reduced and enemy can play around it, wait for your mini Gnar, and then they engage after. That's why the best time or the best way to manage the Gnar passive is like 3/4. 3/4 the way. Along the way. And then just don't auto-attack anything. Don't even poke. Literally AFK, and then if the bar goes down, that's when you use your first skill. So that it doesn't reset. So what I'm saying is that, yeah, even though Lucian's just inting his ass off, he has no bounty. If they die like 5 to 10 times, it's gonna be like 100 gold, which is basically one cannon minion. So bro is just a cannon minion. The bigger issue here is that it's a 4v5, but we should be able to win if we play the fights well. Okay, with Mega Gnar, we can play a bit more aggressive, but seeing that everyone is missing in the map and sets both side, we'll play it safe. We'll try to play for picks to make it 4v4 as much as possible. Speaking of, Riven out of position. My damage, bang bang bang. Orianna doing well. Currently Rampage. So our Orianna's doing quite strong. But since we showed bot, perfect timing on the Baron, they are most likely starting it. I have no Mega Gnar. Very bad for me. They're able to get the Baron. It's fine. What we want to do is play defensively until they make a mistake and then we just punish them. Okay, set. Big E flash. Low my damage. Low my Gnar damage, by the way. Low, I'm like mini Gnar damage when you're able to free hit. So much DPS. Okay, Kassadin dashes in, gets our Orianna, but we're here to help. Third skill, auto attack, get another kill. Wukong, no ulti. But I'm about to hit mini, which is going to be a bit weaker. Let's go for some kiting. Look at that. We also have good kiting with fleet footwork, first skill. Okay, dashes in. Have to flash out because we don't have armor boots. Plus we're against a lethality Wukong. Okay, we get the kill though with a kite. See Riven misses Q3. And with that, I want to push mid, but the problem is they have Baron. I don't want Lucian to get the kill because if Lucian kills the Riven there, look at Lucian's gold, 100. If Lucian kills the Riven there, Lucian's gold will reset back to 300. And that's something I don't want. So you know what, Lucian, just go int yourself. It's fine. 100 gold's not that bad. Right. And another thing about Mega Gnar is you can just spam ulti, literally to just clear your own jungle because it's on a 20-second cooldown. So you won't even feel that Gnar ult has a cooldown. The bigger issue is that getting the Mega Gnar. So whenever you have Mega Gnar, most likely you always have ulti. And third item, we go Wit's End here because Kassadin will be painful later on. You will either go Death's Dance, Sterax, or Wit's End, depending on the enemy comp. So if they're heavy AD, you can go Death's Dance. If they don't have any form of anti-shield, you can go Sterax. And if they have a lot of strong AP, you can go Wit's End or more. But I like Wit's End more because Nar's second skill deals so much damage. Because most of the damage that I'm doing on mini Nars on the second. And the more attack speed that I have, the more times I can proc it. And this guy got tired of inting, now he literally DC'd. And then he came back, okay, time to int again. It's fine. No tilt, boys, no tilt. The untiltable Gnar. So what I'm thinking is that Lucian can die in-game. As long as we're there, if they, for example, they use Wukong ult or Kassadin jump on the Lucian, they use their spells to kill someone, and then that should give us like an opening to punish them. So that's what I'm thinking. Something that I can do. So thankfully this Riven is always overextended. Please, super greedy. The damage though. Mini Gnar super squishy. But thanks to my team, we're able to arrive and we're able to get a kill. Giving Dragon doesn't matter because there's no soul. So third Dragon is the most useless objective in the entire game. If the Dragon score is side 1-1. You only adjust if the third Dragon is soul point for either team. The next item I go for is Twin Guard. I need more armor. I have 0 armor so far. Also some magic resist. This is for my Mega Gnar. When I go in, I have additional tenacity and tankiness. If you look at the gold though, Orianna has a lot of gold. So what we want to do is just protect the Orianna. And I just type here get Baron win because 16 minutes if we win one team fight. If we get one team fight, for example, here. Wukong just uses his entire kit on the Lucian. So now he's out of position. Flashes out. I get a tag on my first kill. First hit with my autos. I get Mega Gnar. And without a jungle, 4v4 should be winnable. I'm looking for a possible engage. I get third skill. But I get of Q. So Riven's now on the backside. We wanna go for a flank. Or rather, we look for a turn. We're able to get a kill. That would be great. Nice Orianna move. So my autos though. I'm the ADC. Get the smite off. Kill the Kassadin. Bang. I flash. And Q flash doesn't work, unfortunately. If I flash Q'd, Kassadin would dive so much faster. But 3 points. Nice. Get the 3. And with this, we get an ace. What does an ace mean? It means that we could push towers, and since it's at the 17-minute mark, there's no more protection. Perfect timing. Wukong's here to defend, but he can't do much. He's very squishy. You can just burst him. Just look at my auto. Just clap with that. And with that, one minion still up. Set is tanking, which is good. We're able to just end the game. Holy. 4v5, easy clap. 96%. We get MVP with a 6-1-10, but honestly, everyone except the Lucian's MVP literally won the game 4v5. We have 16k gold at 17 minutes. I just report the Lucian. But yeah. TLDR, you play Mini Gnar like a marksman or ADC. And then once you get Mega, or before you get Mega, that's when you go in. And then you can play him like an Engage or Bruiser type. So basically, that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching and peace out. Ciao, ciao. Bye.